In this lecture note, we are going to review paragraph writing, talking about writing topic sentences, and very briefly talk about choosing a nice topic for your research project. This is a revision of what we did last week or last week's lecture note. If you haven't gone through last week's lecture note, please download and have a look when you have time. Paragraph develops one main idea, and we usually call this a topic sentence that it is written at the beginning of the paragraph. Topic sentence is usually not short because it consists of the topic and what you want to say about this topic. So for students, when they revise their paragraph writing, if your topic sentence seems short, that means you have probably left out what you want to say about this topic, so that you could either add your idea to it, or maybe it needs to be combined with the next sentence. Paragraph has 3 sections, but not always. Okay, we know that from last week's lecture note that paragraphs do not always have a conclusion, and that for some paragraphs, it's very difficult to conclude the content, so that there is no point of try to write a conclusion when you don't have one. Paragraphs are usually 3 or 4 sentences long at least. Although there is no limit on how long or how short the paragraphs need to be, but often 1 or 2 sentences, they are not a paragraph. All the sentences need to be relevant, which means they need to be connected in order to explain the main topic, and they need to add new information. So if the sentence is repeating information given in the previous sentences, then probably this repetitive sentence can be deleted. Use third-person pronouns, okay, instead of I or we or you, okay, unless you're writing a reflection or unless you are expressing your opinion. Okay, I think, I feel, okay, or unless you're talking specifically about yourself. Okay, my group. Okay, my group included 5 students. So in this case, you are talking specifically about your group. So that my is accepted. When writing topic sentences, make sure that you narrow it down so that you make a general topic to more specific topic. For example, the homework given was to write a paragraph, okay, or background paragraph on globalization. Globalization is such a wide topic that it's very, very difficult to write one paragraph about globalization. So specifically, okay, what would you like to talk about globalization? Do you want to talk about the rapid international travel? Okay. Do you want to talk about the advantages, disadvantages of globalization? Do you want to talk about the problems that are happening due to globalization? Okay. So, for example, okay, globalization, okay, narrow it down to more about international travel, okay, and then specifically more about the effect of international travel on the widespread of COVID-19. So it is difficult to write one paragraph on globalization, but it's probably possible to write a paragraph on the effect of international travel on the spread of this COVID-19. Exercise 1. Now, students, please stop the slide and take a few minutes to go through these tasks. Okay, task 1, try to narrow down globalization in different ways. Okay, please do this by yourself. Okay, refer to the example I gave in the previous slide. Okay, task 2. Okay, there are a number of topics here. Try to choose a few topics and write your own topic sentence by narrowing it down so that it's specific enough for you to write about it in one paragraph. Okay, so stop the slide and do this on your own. Okay, you can write your answers in your notebook or you can write it down in your computer as you like. Okay, so to sum up topic sentence, it usually contains a topic plus what the writer wants to say about the topic. Okay, there are a few guidelines. Topic sentence should always be a complete sentence. Do not use a question. Very often when we read papers or articles, the paragraph starts with a question. What do we know about globalization? Do you agree with globalization? Okay, these questions have been often used to start a paragraph, and as a reader, because we are very familiar with this style of writing, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels actually very natural to start a paragraph with a question because we're used to this style of writing. However, okay, starting a paragraph with a question is not an effective way to write a topic sentence because it doesn't really express what the writer wants to say. Avoid intention. For example, let me introduce my group member. Okay, or first I will discuss globalization. Now, these sentences in terms of English grammar, they have no problem. Once again, they sound very easy to follow because this is a way that students read their instructions in the textbook. So this is a language that students are very familiar with. Okay, and so that students naturally respond quite nicely to these kind of intentions and instructions. Okay, but once again, as a topic sentence, these kind of sentences are not effective topic sentences because they do not express what the writer wants to say, and they have basically no meaning. Okay, topic sentence cannot be too short. If your topic sentence is short, it means something is missing. You either need to add more information into it. Okay, in a lot of cases, you have to add what you want to say to it, or sometimes combine your short topic sentence with the next sentence. Students, please stop the slide and do exercise 2. Okay, there are 5 sentences and then I want you to go through them and identify which one is more effective, which one or which sentences are not so effective and why. Okay, if possible, okay, ask yourself if you are able to explain your answers in English. Okay, once again, you can write down the answers somewhere, or you can make sure that you could explain your answers in English. Okay, so stop the slide for a few minutes and go through these 5 sentences. Now let's have a look at the answers. Okay, Sentence number 4 is the most effective sentence. Number 1 is a question, okay? In this case, it doesn't really have content. Number 2 is an intention, kind of giving instruction to the readers. So once again, it doesn't have enough content. Number 5 is not a complete sentence, therefore it's not an effective sentence. Sentence number 3 can be a little bit controversial. Some people think sentence number 3 can be a reasonable topic sentence, okay, because it has a very clear statement and fact. Others would argue that although sentence number 3 is fine, it would be better if it includes the writer's opinion or what the writer wants to say with it. So sentence number 3 is a little bit tricky. Okay. For students who struggle with writing in English, do not worry if you find it difficult to write in English. Okay, this is something that all students experience. Okay, it's difficult to write. It also takes me a long time to write. So if you don't know what or where to start, then there are 2 suggestions. One is to simply agree or disagree with something. Okay. For example, studying English at university is a waste of time. Okay. It's always easy to agree or disagree to something and then state why. See if you could make a topic sentence against this statement. For example, studying English is not a waste of time because it cultivates critical thinking in learners. Okay, so the topic sentence kind of disagrees with the hint sentence given above plus why. The second option to do when you have no idea what to write is to maybe make a brainstorm map. Brainstorming basically it means to write down as many words or key ideas about a topic without worrying if it's correct or wrong. And then from the words that you write down, choose something or something, words or ideas that you think might support your main idea better. It takes a little bit of practice to do brainstorming. We'll see if we could do this in the next class. A checklist. Okay. After you finish writing your paragraph, you can see if it fulfills this checklist. Does it have a clear main idea? Yes or no? Is it long idea? Is it long enough to develop the main idea? Or is it long enough to fulfill the word limit given by your teacher? Yes or no? All the sentences relate to one main idea? Yes or no? All the sentences add something new? Is there anything that repeats another sentence? Yes or no? Has the main idea been well developed? Yes or no? This is kind of difficult to answer question. But is it precise? Yes or no? Okay. Correct format and layout. This is easy. Make sure that you follow the format or layout given by your teacher. Has it used objective focus? Okay, so once again, any we or you or I or us, okay? Unless you're writing a reflection or you're writing an opinion. Avoid contractions. This is something that I want all the students to pay attention to. Contraction simply means join words that are joined together. I don't know. I can't go to school. I would. Okay. Isn't it? Okay. The rule of thumb in English academic writing is to separate the words into individual words. Lastly, spelling or grammar mistakes. At least make sure that you use the spelling check function before you submit your homework. I appreciate that. Lastly, choosing a research topic. Okay, the 3 important things. Choose something that is interesting, okay, because you'll be doing this for 1 semester. Something that is creative. For example, a lot of students have told me in the past that they want to investigate the effect of sleeping on grades. This kind of topic is fantastic, but it has been conducted so many times. How can you make your research topic slightly different from other students? Make sure that your research topic is not too wide, because otherwise it might take many years to complete. We have only a few weeks in this semester. Okay. How to narrow down a research project topic? Okay. For example, one of students' favorite topics, okay, also my favorite topic is about cafeteria. Okay. Now, if you say you want to research about cafeteria, it's great, but what about cafeteria? Okay. The key is to add more context to it. For example, adding a geological location, okay, to investigate restaurants around Ishibashi Station, okay, so that it's close to the school, okay, or to add some other elements, okay, where are the best value restaurants, biggest volume, highest calorie for students who have limited budget. Other element is your topic original. Now, to be fair, it's difficult to come up with very original topic, because in the field of research, a lot of topics have been conducted, okay? Which is not a bad idea to do a topic that has been researched previously, because in those cases, they are research in Japanese, Senko Bunken, already in that topic, which is fantastic. And so before you decide on your topic, have a read and see if other studies have been conducted in that topic or something similar. Okay. Method, how are you going to do it? And ethics, ethical. Some students have told me that they are going to research the effect of not eating on Handai students. Okay, I think this is not a very ethical topic, because that means you would have to starve yourself or your friends. I don't think how that is a good topic. Okay, think about whether or not the topic is ethical, okay, before you do it. What is research? There are a lot of hints online on YouTube. If you have some time, you can have a look at this YouTube video. Okay, that's all for today's lecture notes. Thanks for listening, students.